Today, I will interpret a book for you called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. This is a bestseller and a long-selling book. It also has high ratings on many online book platforms, ranks high on the investment and finance chart, and consistently attracts a lot of attention. So, what exactly does this book talk about to gain such interest? Firstly, it is a book about becoming rich. Secondly, it offers very unique perspectives on how to become wealthy. It deals with issues related to one's financial status and the factors that influence one's economic condition. Speaking of this, you may have noticed a phenomenon. In reality, some people seem to have a knack for making money, like certain entrepreneurs who, no matter the ups and downs in their businesses, end up wealthy in the end. Whereas others seem to lack financial luck, failing to seize money-making opportunities, and even if they occasionally make money, they might soon squander it, ending up mediocre or even impoverished. What causes this disparity? Is it education, intelligence, profession, or personality? This book tells us none of the above. A person's financial situation has no direct correlation with these factors. The real reasons come from elsewhere. Simply put, this book believes that each of us has a subconscious financial blueprint, similar to a thermostat, that determines each person's money-making ability and financial status. If the financial blueprint is expansive, even without money, one will become wealthy. If the financial blueprint is minimal, even with money, one will end up poor. To have a healthy financial blueprint, you must break many outdated notions about money and change your way of thinking and behavioral habits. Only then is financial success and freedom possible. The author, Harv Eker, is the founder of a training company in the United States, without the aura of celebrity. This book has sustained attention because it articulates the financial dilemmas many people face and offers new ways of thinking and action guides, inspiring and enlightening people to pursue greater financial freedom. This is its value. Next, I will interpret this book in 3 parts. First, let's see what the repeatedly emphasized financial blueprint means and why it is so crucial for becoming wealthy. Then, we'll look at the mindset one should adopt to realize this financial blueprint. Lastly, we'll see the behavioral habits one should develop to achieve the financial blueprint. These 3 parts together cover the beliefs, thinking, and actions concerning becoming wealthy, hoping to inspire or enlighten you. First part. Let's first understand what financial blueprint means and why it is so important for wealth accumulation. Let's look at the author's explanation. He says in the book, what is a financial blueprint? Just like a construction blueprint is the plan or design made before building a house, a financial blueprint is your plan for or attitude towards money. Your financial blueprint includes your thoughts, feelings, and actions about money. These are his words, which may sound a bit abstract and vague initially. But don't worry, the author then uses an analogy, which makes it easier to understand. The author compares a person's financial blueprint to a room's thermostat. If the indoor temperature is set at 27 degrees, it means the thermostat is set to 27 degrees. If you open the window and cold air flows in, reducing the temperature to 13 degrees, the thermostat will work to bring the temperature back to 27 degrees. Similarly, if hot air raises the indoor temperature to 33 degrees, the thermostat will adjust it back to 27 degrees. What does this mean? It means that a person's financial status depends on the financial goals they set for themselves. Whether it's 300 million, 500 million, or 80,000, the amount of money a person can make roughly matches their set goal. If luck allows earning beyond the set goal, that money won't stay long. Sooner or later, it will leave them. If unlucky and much money is lost, it's only a temporary setback. You will eventually earn it back. As the author says, your income can only increase to the extent you are willing to reach. The author gives an example. Former U.S. President Donald Trump, who fluctuated in business multiple times, once had billions of dollars but then lost a fortune. However, a few years later, he earned it back and became even wealthier than before. Why? The author believes that Trump's financial thermostat is different from ordinary people's. In other words, successful wealthy people may lose a fortune, but will not lose the most crucial factor for success, the wealthy person's mindset. There are similar cases where entrepreneurs have risen from heavy debts to success in their ventures. Even in everyday life, We see some people seem naturally adept at making money, maintaining a decent financial status regardless of their actions. Others, however, might occasionally become wealthy but eventually squander their money. The author believes this is the effect of the financial blueprint or the financial thermostat. You might ask, can a financial blueprint really determine a person's wealth? What are the underlying reasons? The author's explanation is simple. He believes the world is interconnected by cause and effect. Wealth is a result, just as poverty is a result, like health is a result, and illness is also a result. If you want to change the outcome, you must change the cause. If you want to become wealthy, you must have wealthy thoughts, which lead to feelings, which lead to actions, which lead to results. This sequence of events is what he calls the financial thermostat, or the financial blueprint. A person's financial blueprint determines their financial status. The author believes that in reality, most people's financial thermostats are set at a few thousand or tens of thousands of dollars, not millions of dollars. Some are set at only a few $100s, and some are set below zero, freezing cold, yet they do not understand why they are freezing. If you want to permanently change the room temperature, the only way is to reset the thermostat. Similarly, if you want to fundamentally change your financial status, you must reset your financial goals, that is, your financial blueprint. As the author says, your income can only increase to the extent you are willing to reach. How to understand this statement? It has three keywords that can help us delve deeper into the meaning of the financial blueprint. The first is willing. As adults, we all know that making money is not easy, and making a lot of money is even harder. If a person does not desire to become wealthy, it is impossible for them to achieve wealth. To put it extremely, even if pies fall from the sky, you still have to bend down to pick them up. Even if winning a lottery jackpot, you still have to buy a ticket first. Therefore, the prerequisite for becoming wealthy is the desire to become wealthy, and the desire must be very strong, reaching the level of willingness, so that you can persevere and give it your all. For example, the book mentions a student of the author who wanted to make a lot of money to fund a charity organization that helps AIDS patients. Such a belief is more enduring than ordinary motivations. For most people, improving life through earning money is just a desire, not yet reaching the level of willingness. The second is reach. Earlier, we mentioned that a person's financial status depends on the setting of their financial thermostat. This can easily be misunderstood. Does it mean that any financial goal can be achieved? Of course not, because you not only need to set goals, but also do what needs to be done. For example, you draw a very special financial blueprint setting a small goal of $1 billion, a phrase used by a Chinese billionaire. Are you just talking, or are you taking action? Are you impulsive or persistent? Are you just trying, or are you giving it your all? The word reach is crucial. Effort must match the goal. The third is only. This means that a person's goals should not be too ambitious, nor should they underestimate themselves. The goals should match their capabilities, which include both innate and acquired abilities, both internal and external factors. For example, many people know that Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, their parents had strong backgrounds. Gates's mother knew the chairman of IBM, and Buffett's father was a congressman. Their financial blueprints are definitely different from ordinary people's, and this difference involves both innate conditions and the results of learning and effort. But no matter what, it will not be too far from their abilities. In summary, remember, your income can only increase to the extent you are willing to reach. A financial blueprint is not just a simple numerical target. It is a system that includes beliefs, thoughts, and actions. The difference between wealthy people and ordinary people is systemic, including whether the attitude toward wealth is active or passive, whether the action toward earning money is wavering or firm, and whether the desire for money is instinctual or based on belief, and so on. These are not things that can be summarized by a simple number, nor can they be changed in the short term. Therefore, the financial blueprint has a fundamental impact on a person's financial status and can act like a thermostat. Second part. Of course, we all know that having goals alone is not enough. We also need the right mindset and methods. So, let's talk next about the mindset a person should have to achieve their financial blueprint. In this book, the author summarized 17 different ways of thinking and behavioral habits between rich people and poor people, establishing a guideline for the financial blueprint. However, due to space limitations, we cannot introduce each one individually. we can only focus on interpreting a few that I think are important. Here, let's look at two types of thinking that I consider more significant to reduce negative emotions. The word poor in the original book is replaced with common below. The first is about the mindset toward earning money. The author believes that the mindset of rich people and common people toward earning money is different. Rich people always think about winning, while common people are always afraid of losing. So rich people focus on opportunities, while common people focus on obstacles. This leads to different actions and results. We've all heard the famous question, is a glass with half water half empty or half full? From this, we can see the difference in thinking between rich people and common people. Rich people see half a glass of water and think about finding another half glass. Common people see half a glass of water and worry about losing that half glass. For the same situation, rich people see growth potential, while common people see the possibility of losing money. Rich people care about how much they can gain, while common people care about how much risk there is. In summary, rich people focus on opportunities, while common people focus on obstacles. To become wealthy, one must change this mindset. Why is changing the mindset so important? The author tells us, what you focus on expands. A person who focuses on opportunities will see opportunities. A person who focuses on obstacles will find obstacles. Rich people focus on opportunities, so they see opportunities everywhere. Common people focus on obstacles, so they see obstacles everywhere. Therefore, rich people like to try things, trying this and that, while common people tend to watch and wait, worrying about this and complaining about that. As a result, rich people are always in action, while common people are in observation. Action is important because including luck, anything valuable appears only after action. Whether it's work or luck, it doesn't go straight forward but winds like a river. Usually, you can only see the next bend, and you have to walk there to see more. So the author introduces a concept called step into the corridor. If you are interested in an opportunity, step in first. If you don't step into the corridor, you'll never know what doors will open for you. The book tells such a story. Several years ago, the author wanted to open a pastry coffee shop but had no experience, so he went to work in a bakery. He tried to get close to the manager and even got up at 4 in the morning to assist the baker, doing everything possible to understand the industry's knowledge and information. Later, his own cake shop did not start, but he became familiar with the bakery's master. Surprisingly, not long after, this person called him, saying he discovered a popular new type of sports equipment and asked if he was interested in becoming a distributor. The author saw the opportunity and decided to give it a try. As a result, this opportunity allowed him to become the owner of a chain of fitness equipment stores, earning his first $1 million. So the author believes action is always better than inaction. In action, you can learn more knowledge, meet more people, and even discover unexpected opportunities. It is precisely because of the different mindsets toward risk and opportunity that rich people focus on opportunities, trying them out, and thus the likelihood of success is higher. While common people focus on risks, hesitating even when they see opportunities, always watching and waiting, so they always miss out on becoming wealthy. The second is about the method of earning money. The book points out that rich people are often paid based on results, while common people choose to be paid by time. These two different income methods also lead to a huge difference in wealth. In reality, most people receive a fixed salary, and everyone also likes this method. Why? On one hand, it's influenced by elders. Almost everyone has heard similar advice from parents. Study well, get good grades, find a good job, have a stable salary, and you will live happily. Of course, for most people, being able to receive a fixed salary at a fixed time every month to support themselves and their family brings a sense of security and comfort. However, the author points out that because a person's time is limited, being paid by working hours means income is also necessarily limited. This violates a wealth accumulation principle. Do not set limits on income. Although a stable salary can bring a sense of security, it also hinders you from earning more money. In contrast, most rich people are paid based on results, such as sales commissions, transaction commissions, profit shares, royalties, etc., which are linked to work performance or transaction results. These incomes are unstable, but there is no upper limit, so they can create wealth. In the business world, returns and risks are highly related. To become wealthy, one must take certain risks, moving from a fixed salary based on working hours to unstable returns based on work results. But most people cannot accept this point. In the eyes of the older generation, a job without a fixed salary is not considered a real job. So when the author started his business, his parents asked him, "When are you going to find a real job?" His answer was, "I hope never." His mother was almost devastated by his response. Fortunately, his father understood him and supported his choice, avoiding more family conflicts. The author believes that it is difficult to become wealthy by being paid by time. So he suggests that people with fixed salaries can negotiate with their employers to calculate part of their compensation based on work results, or consider becoming their own boss. They can start part-time, such as becoming a coach or teacher in a certain industry, passing on their knowledge and experience to others, or provide independent consulting services to companies, but be paid based on results, not time. In any case, create conditions to be paid based on work results, not working hours, which is a key step toward wealth. Besides, the author emphasizes creating passive income in addition to work income, which is income that naturally grows over time, such as interest, rent, royalties, etc. Otherwise, you will never achieve financial freedom. Of course, this involves how to accumulate work income for investment, which is a specific major topic, limited by space, so it is not further discussed here. If you're interested, you can check the original book or wait for another opportunity for me to discuss it. Third part. According to the definition in this book, achieving a financial blueprint involves a series of processes. Ideas lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results. We have already discussed the beliefs and thinking about becoming wealthy, and finally, let's see what behavioral habits a person should develop to achieve the financial blueprint. Regarding this issue, we once listened to the interpretation of a book, Wealthy Habits, which mentioned how to be cautious in speech and behavior, how to focus on health, how to care about friends, etc., all of which are valuable for learning. Compared to that, this book talks more about macro aspects, perhaps called action principles. Next, let's introduce 3 principles of action for becoming wealthy, or called macro behavioral habits. First, go all out for what you believe in. Earlier, we mentioned that a person's financial status depends on the goals they set for themselves, which is the core of the financial blueprint. But it also pointed out that the so-called goals are not just talk, but should be truly committed to. Note here, the author emphasizes that commitment means without reservation, wholeheartedly, willing to do anything necessary, spend all the time needed, and invest everything into it. Because, obviously, becoming wealthy is not as easy as taking a walk in the park, not as simple as wishing makes it so. Countless people in the world dream of becoming wealthy, but truly successful people are rare. If you don't go all out, why would you succeed? Some people say, "I'm as tired as a dog every day. Isn't that enough effort?" I'm certainly committed to becoming wealthy, but in the author's view, many people's perceived efforts are far from enough. For example, are you willing to work 16 hours a day? Are you willing to work 7 days a week without rest on weekends? Are you willing to sacrifice time with family and friends, give up leisure and entertainment? Are you willing to invest all your time, energy, and capital in situations where returns are not guaranteed? For many wealthy people, this is common practice. Because most people cannot make every effort to work when asked, "Are you willing to swear on your life to become wealthy in 10 years?" Most people would not agree, because deep down, they do not want to work and earn money wholeheartedly. In the author's view, one must be fully committed and unreservedly dedicated to a definite goal to have a chance of success. Second, do not blame, complain, or make excuses for everything. The author mentions in the book that compared to wealthy people, common people often play the role of victim. This role is characterized by blaming, complaining, and making excuses, and usually, those who have these traits are also the losers in business activities. They blame the economy, the government, the industry, blame the boss, the partner, blame family, friends, even their own parents. In any case, the fault is always someone else's, not their own. If they make a mistake, they can find a bunch of forgivable reasons. This practice of blaming, complaining, and making excuses can at most alleviate temporary pressure and reduce the anxiety of failure, but fundamentally, it makes things worse. Why? As mentioned earlier, what you focus on expands. When you complain, you are definitely focusing on what is wrong in life, not what is right. According to the law of attraction, like attracts like, you will see more mistakes. That is, when you complain, you are actually attracting more bad things into your life. So, every time you blame others, look for excuses, or start complaining, you are ruining your own chances of becoming wealthy. Therefore, the author suggests that every time you find yourself doing this, you must remind yourself in some form that this is pushing you into trouble, and you must stop immediately. This may seem a bit arbitrary, but it can prevent us from blaming others, looking for excuses, or complaining about society, helping us reduce these harmful habits, stay further away from failure, and get closer to success. Third, stay humble and keep learning. The author believes that on the road to wealth, two words are the most dangerous: I know. According to his experience, wealthy people generally maintain curiosity about the world and have a habit of continuous learning, while common people think there is nothing new in the world, as if they know everything. But in fact, if you are still troubled by financial issues, then there is a lot about wealth and life that you need to learn. When the author was young, he went through a period of poverty. Fortunately, one time he met a wealthy friend of his father who told him during a conversation, "If you haven't achieved the success you want, it's because there are some things you don't know yet." This statement inspired him, turning him from someone who thought he knew everything into someone who wanted to learn everything, and he achieved a huge transformation in his subsequent career. Why is continuous learning and growth so important? From a practical perspective, it's obvious that experts in a field are relatively wealthy, while common people are mediocre in their work fields. Whether you are a boss or a technician, whether you earn commissions or fixed salaries, whether you invest in stocks or real estate, it can almost certainly be said, the higher a person's professional level, the higher the work compensation they receive. Therefore, continuous learning and improving professional skills are basic ways for a person to increase income and accumulate wealth. From a philosophical perspective, nothing in the world is static. Everything in reality is constantly changing, especially in society. When a new technological revolution arrives, knowledge updates rapidly and industries change dramatically. If we do not maintain a habit of lifelong learning, we will quickly be abandoned by societal development. Therefore, the author believes that the fundamental way to become and stay wealthy is to remain humble, keep learning, and continue growing. With this, the interpretation of this book is nearing its end. To recap, the core viewpoint of this book is, everyone has a financial blueprint in their heart, which acts like a thermostat, determining each person's money-making ability and financial status. Of course, it is not just a simple numerical target, but a comprehensive system that includes beliefs, thinking, and actions. In other words, to make this thermostat effective, you must break those outdated notions about money, establish new thinking patterns and behavioral habits, including daring to take risks, shifting focus from obstacles to opportunities, and maintaining lifelong learning, among others. In the original book, the author summarized 17 ways of thinking and acting about becoming wealthy, all presented in a comparison between the wealthy and the poor, leaving a deep impression. For example, it mentions that wealthy people play the money game to win, ordinary people play not to lose. Wealthy people are happy to promote their advantages and values. Ordinary people do not like to promote or sell. Ordinary people have to work hard to earn money, while wealthy people can let money work hard for them, and so on, all very thought-provoking. If you're interested, you can read the original book. Finally, it should be noted that at the beginning of this book, the author Harv Eker starts by telling the reader, "Don't believe a word I say." What does this mean? It reflects the author's basic attitude that everyone's opinion is subjective, you can refer to it, but should not accept it wholesale. Including the concepts and perceptions proposed in this book, there is no absolute right or wrong, just reflections of the author's experience and perspective. Instead of blindly believing or denying it, it's better to repeatedly try through action and ultimately use practical results to verify the truth, creating real-world success. From this perspective, open-minded thinking combined with decisive action is the key to determining life's wealth. All right, that concludes the interpretation of this book. You can share it with your friends. Congratulations on finishing another book.